Broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. This is Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show.
They're smoking, bro.
Smoke's coming out?
Magic smoke's coming out.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you want to stop your car smoking?
Yes. Broadcasting live from the city of Los Angeles. My name is El Diablito. We got my brother Mike, and we got Javier.
Live from OC.
We are live, and honestly, guys, we're super excited to have Javier here because I met him out in Fontana, my brother as well. And once we knew that he was part of this this business that he's running that's called IERC, which he has sliders, he has battery trays, he has beds, he has all kinds of cool components, bumpers. This guy is really a one-man shop for a lot of builders, and the amount of people that follow him and buy his products from Brazil, Miami, New York,
Australia.
Dude,
it's out there. It's awesome.
Everywhere, man. Javier, please tell us, how did you start IERC, and what does IERC exactly stand for, bro?
IERC stands for, it's a double meaning. It's IE. It's my daughter's and my son's first initials. It's Iris and Evan.
Oh,
no.
And I live in the Inland Empire, so that's a double whammy.
Yeah, that's
you
dope.
know. And then the crown stands for City of Corona, where my kids were born.
Oh,
So yeah, and well, RC is pretty much self-explanatory, you know, remote control. So that's why I stuck with IERC.
Wow, that's cool.
That is,
and it's perfect,
Sure.
perfect name, and it's really catchy. The logo is really impressive, and man, that's cool, man. But how did you start all this? Were you one of the people that really were you a nerd in high school that you actually went to machine shop, or what?
No, actually, when I took drafting classes in high school, and to be honest with you, I never thought I would be doing this, you know, because I used to do telecom. So I used to draw up cell sites and work with telecommunication, radio communication, everything as far as cell phone companies go.
Huh.
So I used to build all that, and then, you know, all of a sudden, you know, shop closes down and everything. And then, you know, I started working at a laser company, designing stuff for one-to-one trophy trucks, rock crawlers, motorcycles, Harley Davidson, stores. And I get into a hobby, and then it just starts with one little thing, and then one thing led to another. Pretty much that's how it all started off. I used to race buggies before I actually got into crawling.
like real buggies, like down in Baja, or just like
no, like 1/10 scale buggies.
Okay.
And then bashing. I think everybody gets into RC with the bashing.
The Basher.
Yeah. So
my Basher was the Traxxas Bigfoot. And it's a two-wheel drive, and I really loved it. And it was just amazing, and the way it looked, the way it felt, the way it jumped. And real quick, for the people that are listening to Dos Hermanos RC Radio right now, we started back, my brother and I, late July because of this whole pandemic, COVID-19. We were at home, bored, and I called my brother up real quick, and I say, hey, you know what? I'm going to get this Traxxas Defender because I'm bored, you know, and he's like, which one are you going to order? And I told him, and he goes, okay, I'll order mine already. So right away he ordered it, and next thing you know, we're into this hobby just like you, man, you know, but except you have a business and we're wasting our money with you.
You started off with a $500 builder's kit, and you're like $2,000 into it.
Yes, that's
man.
Yeah, you know, you start off with the builder kit and you end up with a bunch of trucks
man.
like
you
this.
Know, it just doesn't stop, you know. Absolutely, man.
It's an incredible rabbit hole, man, that you can't get out of, man, because, you know, you see other guys' rigs and you're like, oh, okay, you ask them questions and you're like, oh, okay, I want to get that. But going back to your product, man, the IERC product, what was your first product, man, that you were, you know, you first started selling?
My first product was shock towers. Shock towers were my first product that I developed. What it was that What it was that when I got my first RTR was a Honcho. That was my first car. And what it was is that when I started climbing, I was like, why does the back? So your car's like this, right? Well, you're going up like this, and your shock's like that. And I was like, why does the car kick up and out like this? So when I developed this, I started noticing that the more you tilt the shock, the more your car kicked upwards, up, and then forward. So this was my very first product, and, you know, it was a one-time design, and it worked, you know. And to be honest, this is, ever since I started selling these in 2000, we started IERC in 2018, we registered it.
Wow.
We actually never launched it till 2019. This has been selling ever since, man. Like, this sells.
What made you start doing it on a major scale, though? Like, you know, you made it for yourself. You're like, well, I'm going to start mass producing it. What took it to the next level?
So I made these, and then I made sliders for myself. And then people started like, hey, make me sliders for this car. Make me the shock towers for, you know, for the TRX4. And, you know, after a minute, like, I had so many people asking, so I was just like, you know what? Why not? Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
So that's when you know, we registered IERC, and we decided to make it a small business. And ever since then, you know, we're here, you know.
And what I like about your company and a lot of other companies that are smaller, that's, you know, sole proprietorship, is that everybody puts their own little niche, whether it be a sign of a pirate. Yours has the sign of the Corona, which now we know what it represents, which is awesome, and it's very distinguished. And
Yeah.
I have your shock towers on the TRX, and I have your shock keys on the Honcho on the front. It's yeah, dude. It definitely has, like you said, it definitely does make a difference.
But you need it for the rear now, because you say you just have them for the front, and he just explained to you that you need a shock in the back, Mikey. You want it, homie.
Hey, it still climbs. It does the job, but yes, the Honcho is due for an upgrade.
The cool thing about the keys is that you can run them in the front and in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
Really? I always thought that you needed the shock tower with the Corona in the back, and then the regular key up in the front.
No.
Yeah, a lot of people do run it that way. I guess a lot of people like the look of the tower, of the Corona towers.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of people do run the keys in the back, so they do work, and they were designed for that specific reason.
Right. Wait, Javier, when we come back after the song, I need to know, how is it that you started developing these bumpers and the drop, what do you call them? The back kits to the back of the bed?
Drop-in beds.
Drop-in beds. Okay. So when we come back after this song, you guys are listening to Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show. We are live. We're here in Los Angeles. My brother's in Orange County. And we got special guest, Javier from IERC.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. This is Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show.
Hey guys, we're back. This is Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show. We are live. My name is El Diablito. We got Mike, my brother, and we got Javier from IERC. We know the definition of IERC now and what the crown means. What is it, Mikey, real quick, for the people who are just tuning in?
So it's for Inland Empire, and it also stands for your kid's name, Iris and Ivan, right?
Iris and Evan.
Evan. And then the crown is for Corona, for the city of Corona, because
Nice.
And then RC is self-explanatory for radio control cars, which is awesome.
So,
So you've been in this, So you've been in this for 2 years. You launched it fully in 2019.
Nice.
And it went from that to, how did you go from being in Inland Empire to going international? How did that happen?
This happened, you know. I had people emailing me, direct messaging me, and then, you know, one day I'm just like looking into, you know, international shipping rates and everything, and then I was just like, let's give it a shot. And then after that, dude, like, you know, I do get a few international orders throughout the week. But it's really cool to see the orders, from, I get them from the United Kingdom, from India, from Hong Kong,
Wow.
from Spain, from, a lot of places, man. And the only thing that kind of sucks is that the time that it takes for the parts to get from here to there. And right now with COVID, it's even worse because, whatever delivery what's called system that you send it through, like everything is being delayed. Wow. So I have people messaging me like, hey, you know what? Like, it's been 3 weeks. I haven't received my product. And I'm like, hey, man. So luckily, none of our packages have been lost.
Wow, good.
They have been delayed, but, they haven't been lost. All the customers have received their packages. And, that's and whoever, I believe there was one package. And I offered a refund, and the person didn't want a refund; they wanted the product. So we resent the order out, and the customer received it. He was pleased with the product.
Yeah, man, it happens, man.
So basically, you're the Mr. 305, like Pitbull, man, but you're international wide in RC world.
Yeah, and it's not just me. I do have a whole team that helps me out, as far as when product development comes out, and I send out, sometimes to some customers, to some drivers, I send out specific products. I have a few drivers that I see trail, a few drivers that I see that do competition, so we send out a product to test out. So right. It's not just me. I can't take full credit for it, because I am the designer and I am the developer and everything, but
you still do the research.
Exactly. Yeah. I couldn't do it all by myself, to be honest.
So there's people listening and watching this webcast podcast. How do you become a team driver? What do you have, like applications every year, or
no? I'm not like I see a lot of companies have applications and have certain requirements. When I went to select the drivers that I selected, to be honest with you, I didn't see, how many followers they have. I based off of how active their Instagrams was. I think like some of my team drivers, some of my drivers are like, at the thousands now, but when I selected them, they were, within a few hundred followers. So in reality, that doesn't matter to me. And then I see that, they post up, helping other people, and, that means a lot to me, cause that's when I got into the hobby. I did have a lot of people help me out, like, hey man, you know what, like, I break down at the trail, like, hey man, you know what, I have an extra set of this, or here's this to get you through the crawl or whatever. That's pretty much what I look for. Just friendliness.
Right. And before we went to that song that we just played, I had to ask you. So IERC started with the slider, and it started with
shock towers.
The shock towers. And then from there you went into bumpers, and then you went into the whole drop-in beds. How did you start that off? Because that's another whole new level and customers as well.
Yeah, actually I did have a full-on flatbed. A full-on flatbed, and then one of my drivers actually made a drop-in bed of wood. And then, we made it out of aluminum, and then from aluminum, after that one, we made the narrow one, the V2, and those have been a hit, all of them, all the short one, the long one, the ones for the newer ones for the 410.
Right.
It's just, going from a full-on flatbed to the drop-in bed. And it's called the drop-in bed simply because it just drops into the cross member and just bolts on directly onto there. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's it. Call it a day. And then you also have the canopy for the honcho too that you made. right? That's what-
Yeah, the hard tops.
the hard top, yeah.
Yeah, well, I made those for a minute, and then people want them, and then they don't want them. So it's kind of like a seasonal thing. We'll make it like once or twice a year. We'll throw it on the website. We'll let people, when people post more about it, people ask.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll develop them. We'll not so much develop them. The first one, the original one, was just solid clothes with a few holes in it. That's it. And then last year, 2019, for Pro Land by the Fire, I made one that had windows in it.
Yeah, that's the one I've seen.
Yeah, so that one we made, and I think we made another version of it, but we made the one that fit the drop-in bed.
Okay.
It's a little bit taller, and those sold a little bit, but right now I haven't made them because since the whole COVID thing, it's hard to come across the clear plexiglass.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I actually buy the plexiglass, and then I have it laser cut, and then I have to assemble them. And right now it's kind of it's hard and expensive to come across it.
And right now you touched the subject of COVID. Has it been a better year for you? Have you seen it more busy than ever, or it's kind of the same?
No, when COVID, when everything started, the whole COVID thing, and everybody had to stay,
Indoors.
off from work and everything. Yeah, sales did increase.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, afloat. A lot of businesses aren't doing it, and thankfully you have something here that works, because there's a lot of us, because like me incluyo with my brother, we're here like Amazon, we're shopping on because we want different parts for our vehicles, and thankfully you have those parts available like any other store or little shop that's available to us.
Yeah, no, we always try to keep things in stock. However, there is like sometimes where it gets more busy than other times, and sometimes we do sell out, and there is stuff not available on the website, but usually is back in stock within like a 2-week period.
Right.
Which is a good thing for you, man. It keeps you busy and keeps you going. And so like, hey, you know what? It's a nice product. It's a real good product. They're durable. They're long lasting, and they've been proven. They've actually been proven not only by your team but by other drivers and me and myself. I mean, they've taken a beating. My truck fell from in Fontana from the very top. It came tumbling down. That's a good 50, 60 feet. And everything came out good. We picked it up, nothing broke. And even my brother was like, dude, nothing broke. I go, I know, let's go. And they take a beating though, man.
Hey, Mr. Worldwide, 305. No,
it's 951. It's 951.
951. You also have for the wheels, right? The B-locks. You have those little rings also available, right? And that's a new product, or it's been on your website for a while? There you go.
This is what everybody wants right now.
Right. And what makes
the single Coronas?
What makes those rings special on the B-locks?
Well, it doesn't. It's just for looks.
Okay.
There's nothing special about them. It just replaces the stock one. Or if you have another ring, hold on, this is the wrong one.
Okay, so those only work if you have like a lot of a ring with a lot of little screws, though, right? That's the only way. Okay.
This is the stock Vanquish ring. A lot of people like to do ring stacks.
Okay.
That's pretty much it, man. They're just for looks. They look cool. This one's not available. This one will be available probably in 2 weeks.
Wow.
So talking about new products, you have that one coming up, the single Corona. What other new products are you coming out with?
Don't answer. Después, after the song, you could tell us. We are Dos Hermanos RC.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. This is Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show.
Hey, ¿qué onda, chavos and gentlemen? Welcome back to Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show. My name is Diablito. I'm here with my brother Mike, and I'm here with Javier from IERC. And man, what a way to start end the new year, having somebody who's recognized and known in the RC world. He is now known not as Javier from IERC. He's known as Mr. 951 worldwide in the RC world.
Oh, man.
So before our commercial break, before our song break, we had asked you a question. And Mike, what was that question?
Yeah, I had asked them. ¿Cómo se dicen the B-Log covers? Now, do you only make them for the Vanquish, or do you make them for other wheels también?
Well, we make them for 24-hole wheels. So, if you have like a Vanquish wheels, or, the eBay wheels that have 24 holes, the rings that we make will fit. And then occasionally we will make a 20-hole pattern rings, which will fit SSD wheels and eBay or Amazon wheels that have 20-hole pattern as well.
Okay, so the best thing to do then when we're looking into buying wheels, even aftermarket wheels, we want to look at making sure that you offer the 24 because that's the most popular one you offer, right?
Yeah, that's what sells the most. Actually on my website, a lot of the times the 20-hole are not available. It's because, like I said, it's like every other product. Some people occasionally will want it, and when people want it, I'll make a few sets, and they'll be available.
Like you said earlier, they're seasonal.
Yeah.
Como los McRibs.
There you go. We're like McDonald's here.
What do you want to do with IERC, man? Do you want to collaborate with somebody, do a special edition? Do you want to work with somebody? What's your ultimate dream, bro?
Oh, right now, to be honest with you, we're just focusing on continue growing the business, developing new products for, whatever new cars are, for whatever new rigs are coming out. As far as right now, what we're focusing on right now is for 2021 is comp crawlers, which a lot of people right now, what's in right now is like all the GSP chassis, the hard body builds and all that stuff. So, we're coming out with new sliders, new additional parts for hard bodies. And then I was asked by a few people now to tear down my 10.3 and make it a power wagon. So
damn, that's
everybody wants power wagons, you know what I mean? So it's a really functional body because it's really narrow, and I think that's what a lot of people like, because they can get in and out of places without, getting stuck.
Actually, right? It's true, because I have the J Concepts creeper, and that's how I was able to conquer the IERC hill in a bracket. For you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, I was out there with my brother one day, and I saw all kinds of shattered pieces of an RC. It looked like somebody literally got their RC and broke it, because we know there's a lot of crazy people that get into their RCs and maybe it wasn't working, whatever, and they got frustrated. So they literally threw it on the ground, and I saw pieces, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I go and see a piece that had a sticker of the IERC, and that's how I knew it was someone's RC, right? So that I was next to.
It was somebody's wife or girlfriend that came in and smashed it.
Yeah.
Para no andar con la familia.
So then I saw a hill, which is pretty cool because it's really steep. And I think this guy named My Garage RC actually tried to do it. It's kind of steep, but you have to notch it at the perfect way. Otherwise, you'll get eaten, and then it's hard to crawl up. But anyways, so there's an official IERC hill there at Bracket, and you, my friend Javier, you need to still go and do it, man.
Absolutely, man. I need to go out and check that out. Actually, after you posted it, and after that little piece was placed right there, that same day, like a few different people were there and posted it, like, IERC Hill or IERC Mountain and stuff.
And you're like,
I was
what is
dude,
this?
that's like super
What's
cool,
this?
man.
I know, man. Yeah, man. And that's why I brought up the whole the small body. I don't know if they're called creepers or power. Mine is not a power
Wagon.
The creep.
It's the creep. But I love it, man. It just slides in at the perfect place, and then you see the suspension work. It's great, man. I love the build, man.
With all that, with all these new models and everything else, my question is, what new products are you coming out, or what do you have planned? You said you're breaking down the
I'm gonna build the 10.3, the standard, the J out. I'm gonna break it and make it into a power wagon. Maybe develop a new flatbed on the Gladiator. I know a few people have been like, hey man, it would be cool like if you were to develop a new bed since it's like really long.
It's longer, yeah.
So I was
yes, that'd be great because
Okay, while he does that, let me ask you then this. This was last week's topic, but I got to ask you, portals or straight axle? Because the 10.3 is tiene los dos. What do you prefer?
To be honest, I think once you get it down, it doesn't matter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
because I have a straight axle, and now I have 3-4 cars with portals, and it's just tuning. To be honest, what's cool about portals is the clearance.
Yeah, it is.
And one important thing that I always remember you telling me when I first met you, Javier, is that it's all about tire placement. It's all about where you place your tire. So if you have portals or not, if you get that tire in the right position, and you'll be able to conquer it, man. And it's so true. It's so true what you said. So this is a debate that me and my brother have going on with the portals and straight axles. I actually found out last week what a portal axle was, man. Since we're But going back to your drop-in bed for the Gladiator, my wife got me this for my birthday for Christmas, right? This builder's kit. Once again, I'm in love with it. So I have a Gladiator body. But I've been thinking about cutting the back part of it, man. So hopefully you have something that I could lay in there. And
the Gladiator's wait, which Gladiator do you have? The Pro Line?
Yeah, the Pro Line.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a one solid piece. Yeah, because the Axial Gladiator one is a 2-piece.
Oh, is it? Well, I think I was thinking in my head, since this is different, I want to cut it in half and just do something crazy. I don't know. I'm just thinking, where your flatbed, have that backing and then the bed and then your shock towers and it'll pop.
Yeah, so definitely something we'll have to work on together, brother. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, man, that'd be pretty dope. Mikey?
I know you're gonna say no. I'm just curious about that 10.3. What you can do with this since it is a longer bed. It's longer wheelbase.
Longer wheelbase.
It's bigger than the TRX4 Defender, right? It has
I think it's a 12.7, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a whole inch longer.
Yeah, because you have the Sport, which is 12.3, and then you have the Defender, which is a little longer, and then comes the 10.3, which is longer than that still. And I was just like, man, that's just
it's going to be a pretty long rig.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about longer rigs versus shorter ones? Because I've seen 12.0s and then 12.3s, and everybody has their preferences. What about you?
Yeah.
What do you prefer? Or I'm just gonna get up the hill, whatever you give me.
That's the point. When I got the 10.3, a lot of people were saying, you know what, like I had a 10.3 and within the first week I got rid of it. When I bought mine and I took it out to Fontana and I drove it, I was fully disappointed. I was like, oh man, I shouldn't have bought it. And then I was just like, you know what? Made a few modifications, added some weight on the axle, took some weight off from the top, played around with the width. And, that's what how could I say it? Product development begins.
Right.
Yeah.
I took it out stock, and then I was just like, you know what? Like if I do this to it, and then I added the X3 keys and leaned the shocks, and that helped tremendously.
It does. I know it really does. And because the 10.3 is longer, it performs differently. It's top heavy, and it's the weight distribution is crazy. The thing about the TRX here, everybody thinks it's a sport, but it's not. It's actually the Defender. It's a Defender wheel chassis, the long base with the sport on it. So
nice.
So when I put on your keys on this and I started doing Fontana, dude, it made a world of a difference. And I still haven't done the front shocks on this one, but I have done the back. And oh my God, it's made a world of difference. So that's why I'm excited to see what you do with the 10.3, because I heard it's too long, it's okay, but it's more of a trail truck. So I'm excited to see what you're going to do with it. Like you said, you almost returned it. Now it's all about development and product.
You know what sucks about being Javier, bro, is the fact that he doesn't enjoy rock crawling as much, because like he just mentioned, he's always developing new ideas in himself, man. Kind of like me, I work in radio and I don't see movies or I don't see music the same. I whatever's entertainment that has to do with entertainment, I see it differently. So I understand you, man. You don't enjoy it as much. You're always thinking, what can I do? Or what's that guy need? Or, it must suck being you, bro.
And then, another thing that sometimes like people don't see it, or people don't understand, like, hey man, when are you going to develop this? When are you going to start working on this?
Man.
You know what I mean? It's like, people don't see that, hey, I do have family too. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not, just constantly developing. I do have a full-time job also. So, this is not like my,
Bread and butter.
it's not my daily. So, man, it's a lot to juggle with, but the hustle don't stop.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
Oh, yeah, Mikey, Javier, we really don't have too much time. So, because I have the cheap version of Zoom. Really quick, man, you have to answer this pretty quick. What's your favorite crawling spot, bro?
Fontana.
Yeah, that's mine too, man. I love Fontana. And we just found the bridges, bro. No one told us how to find them, but we found them bitches, man.
We found them. A lot of hiking.
Real quick. If you can crawl Fontana, you can crawl anywhere.
Nah.
See.
What about the bridge? Is that one of the most difficult spots to crawl where the bridges are, or not really?
No, I think towards the bottom, there's a few hard lines and then like 2 or 3 like lines at the top. But the reason why I do say that is because there is some pretty challenging lines at Fontana, and like if you can get up at Fontana, you can go to Corona del Mar and hit some pretty cool lines. I'm not gonna say like, hey, you can go and conquer everything, right. But at least you get a basic idea of like, oh, you know what, like this is pretty similar terrain, or it looks pretty similar, so you get a really good idea of what your car can do, because there's a lot of different lines and obstacles right there at Fontana.
No, absolutely. It not only does it test your patience, but it tests you as a driver too. And I told my brother last time we were out, that very first rock everybody gets stuck on, it's either you can't go over it or you conquer it. And we usually like to go up the hill a little bit. So before we left, I got the hunch. I told my brother, I want to conquer the rock, La Entrada. You know what I'm talking about, right? I'm like, I want to conquer it. Yes. Dude, I got it up. My brother's like, oh, dang, got it up with the honcho. I'm like, heck yeah, dude. I wanted to conquer this hill since I found this place out. So I was able to do it. Now I want to conquer the little spots going up.
That he had to do it between the 2 little white dots that someone left there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do it like that, because that's the whole idea, I guess, of the rock comp, right?
Yeah, that's super cool. But yeah, by far that's my favorite spot.
Nice, man.
Oh,
What's your top 2 or 3 RTRs or kits of 2020?
The Element Enduro would be my first pick. Another RTR, the 10.2 kit, which I don't think it's in 2020, but the 10.2 is like it's still been like really popular. And then for me, since I did do the 10-3, I think the 10-3 would be
Nice.
My third pick.
Mikey, did you hear what Javier said? Kit. He didn't say RTR, bro. My brother loves RTRs, bro. I'm about building your own stuff, man, because it's a way different feeling when you see it conquer a rock. But my brother says, no, RTR, bro, because you get out of the box. Yeah, it's very cute. Oh, man, like, come on.
Hey, you know what? The best part about the RTR is this. You get out of the box, you got the engineers that created it, and then you go like, you know what? I could make it better. Let me
You know what? To be honest with you, when I did have my Element RTR, the only thing I did to mine was shock keys. That's it. And dude, I got up. I hit a few really, really good lines at Fontana with really, really minor modifications. By far the best RTR out of the box.
It's still not the same when you build your own kit.
¿Sabes qué, though? But the honcho is still on your ass, though, when it goes up there.
Man. That honcho, bro, I think it's one of the best RTRs out there. Not a lot of people give it credit. And just like that, it's an amazing rig, man. I love that honcho.
Yeah.
Javier, thank you so much for being here with us today. Mikey, do you have any last questions for Javier before we let him go?
No, man. No. Just let everybody know what your Instagram is and your website and how we can find you.
You guys can follow me at IE_RC on Instagram, and our website is IERCscaler.com.
And really quick, I want to say hello to to Julio, who's with his boss, Ruben Guerrero, out at Wayfair. Is that what it's called? Wayfair, right?
Wayfair, yeah.
He's hustling and bustling, working overtime because he needs to buy some IERC parts, and that's why he's still at work right now.
And shout out to all his employees who are listening right now. He says he has us on a loudspeaker. So hello, everybody at Wayfair. You guys, keep the hustle up.
Keep safe, man. Keep safe because it's still not quite ready to go out there in the world yet, huh?
Not yet.
All right, Javier, thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate you being here on Dos Hermanos RC, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you guys for having me.
Hey, de nada.
Peace.
Peace.
Broadcasting live from Los Angeles, California. This is Dos Hermanos RC Radio Show.